Hi everyone, welcome to a new session on getting started with C# programming. I'm Umar from IT Unix Services and I'm a corporate trainer specialized in .NET Full Stack development. And today we're going to learn about programming and C#. So before we get started, let's see what we are going to learn in this particular session. So first of all, we will explore what programming is, and then we will see what is machine language. After that, we will be exploring programming languages. What are the different programming languages that we have? We will also see what compiler is and how it helps us create programs. And then we will see how programming is being used in day-to-day life. After that, we will see what is C Sharp and how we can do programming with C Sharp. We will also be seeing some important resources that you can refer for learning C Sharp programming. And then we will see what are the tools required to create our programs in C Sharp. We will also do a hands-on lab to create our first program, and we will also see how we can see the output of that program on our screen. So the first question that comes to everyone's mind is, what is programming? So if someone asks you what is programming, what answer will you give uh, to this question? If someone asks me what programming is, my answer will be simple that it's simply giving instructions to our machine. If I want my machine to do some task, so I have to give him instructions. And those instructions that we give is called programming. So now the question is, why do we need to give instructions? What type of instructions we have to give? So if you take a real world example, let's say I want to make tea. So for tea, I have to uh, perform the task in a particular manner. I have to follow some steps. Let's say, first of all, I will take some water in a utensil. After that, I will be adding some tea, milk, and then I will add sugar, and then I will boil that whole thing. So I am just following some particular steps to make the tea. In the same way, if you want your machine to do some task, you have to give the same instructions to your machine because the machine cannot do anything on its own. You have to instruct it. And what type of instructions we can give, what type of tasks we can perform using a machine. We can perform any type of task. Let's say you want to add two numbers. You can instruct your machine to add those two numbers. Let's say you want a user gives two inputs, some values, and you want your machine to add those values. So you have to instruct the machine how you can do that. Let's say the instruction could be like, first of all, take the two inputs from the user and then add the two inputs. After that, show the output to the user. So this way we can give instructions to our machine. Now the question is, why do we do programming? Like, let's say I want to give instructions to a machine. Cannot we directly give the instructions to our machine? What does it need to do this programming? Here comes a twist in this particular thing. If you talk about machines, machines only understand a machine language or what we call the binary language. And it's also called as low level language. If you want to give instructions to your machine, you have to give it in these coded manners, these binary codes, 0 and 1s. It doesn't understand anything else. Let's say you want to represent A in your machine. So you have to give this code to your machine. You have to give this code. In the same, if you want to represent any of these letters, you have to use these codes. In a similar way, we have codes for lowercase letters as well from A to Z. We have coded binary codes for numeric characters, for special characters in a similar manner. So this is a simple thing that we can understand that how we can represent our alphabets in binary language. Now, if you want to write some sentence and give instructions to a machine, so you have to combine all these codes one by one in a particular order. And you have to take care of everything, like there should not be a single mistake because it can ruin your whole program. So this means it's really difficult to give instructions to your machine in this binary language or machine language. So for this, we need some medium that can help us uh, give instructions to a laptop. Because if you talk about our language, we talk in some language, let's say we talk in English. And if you are giving instructions in English to your machine, it cannot understand because it only understands this binary language. So we need a medium that can transcribe our human language, or what we call the high level language, to this machine language. And for that we use programming. Let's say you want there is a person who wants to give instructions. Let's say there's a person who wants to give instructions to a machine. And obviously, this machine understands the binary language 0 and 1, and your language is a high level language. So we need some medium in between that can transcribe this high level language into this low level language or binary language. So here comes the concept of programming language. Now you write your program in high level language, but now you write in a particular specific programming language. We will see what programming language is, and this programming language consists has a compiler, or what we call it can be also treated as a transcriber that will translate this high level language to low level language, the 0 and 1s. And now our machine can run this particular thing which is in a, we can say, binary language, and hence our problem is solved. So now we will see what actually is programming language. Programming language is nothing but it's a formal set of instructions, or we can say it's a tool and that helps us communicate with our machines so that we can instruct our machines. Each programming language, we have different types of programming languages. Like you might have heard of Python, we have C Sharp, we have C, we have C++, we have JavaScript. Each language has its own uh, set of rules. It has its own syntax, or what we call the grammar, like the way we have to write our code. And each programming language has its own advantages and limitations. So we can say programming languages act as a bridge between humans and machines. So if you want to instruct your machine, you have to make the use of a programming language. So next I told you about compilers. Like each programming language will have a compiler. This is the main component that helps our, we can say, programs to uh, compile. Okay. Basically, if you write our program in our particular machine, this compiler will help us to transcribe it into the machine code, or what we call the binary code. And after that, our machine will execute this particular binary code and we will see our output on our screen. So this was about compilers. Next, we have in real world where we use these programming languages. Like what is the application? Why do we do programming? In today's world, everything that's built around us is made up of programming. You use your mobile phones. Your mobile phone will have a lot of applications. It has a lot of features. All these features are created using programming. It's impossible to use a mobile phone if you do not have programming. Your mobile phone will just be a box if we do not have any programming language or anything else. Because all the apps that you use, all the features that you have in your mobile phones is because of this programming. You use your website portals, like you use e-commerce websites to do shopping and other things. All of these are created using these programming language. Or even the platform where you are watching this video is also created using programming. You have smartphones, you have smart TVs, or you have smart watches. All of these are created using this programming. Or even in transportation, we have GPS. In banking, we do online transactions, we do UPI, or the ATM softwares that we have. Even in entertainment, we use Netflix or YouTube, or in gaming platforms. Programming is used widely. And if you talk about healthcare, if you see as a layman, maybe the layman will think where how we can use programming in healthcare. But healthcare, programming has a big part. The machines, the scanners that we have in healthcare, all used by creating these softwares using programming. So then we will have this C Sharp programming. So I told you that there are a lot of programming language in today's world, and each programming language will have some advantage and it will also have some limitations as well, like where it cannot be used. So in this session, we will explore the C Sharp programming. We will see what are the advantages, like why should you learn C Sharp programming. So C Sharp is one of the most powerful languages in today's world and is in high demand because of its advantage. First of all, it comes from the Microsoft, and Microsoft has a huge ecosystem. It is the main language for .NET applications, basically. The applications that you see around you and that have been created in .NET, it uses the language C Sharp. Second thing, C Sharp is versatile. Versatile means that you can create a wide range of applications using C Sharp. Like you can create desktop applications, you can create web applications, you can create mobile applications. For that, you have to use a third-party tool, Xamarin, or you can also use Movi. We can also create cloud applications and even the game development that you see, like generally you play games and there is an icon of Unity on that. So Unity uses C Sharp as its programming language. And the third thing is high demand in jobs. Companies widely use C Sharp for creating applications because of its advantage I already told you. And it also has a strong community support. Like there are already thousands of libraries and tools that you can see online on tools like GitHub and other things. So you can use those third-party libraries as well. And the last thing is that C Sharp is beginner friendly, that it will be easy for a beginner to learn C Sharp because it has a clear syntax, it's object oriented as well, and that has a huge advantage. And there are more advantages like it's cross platform. We can work on C Sharp on any machine or any platform. So this is all about C Sharp programming. Then we will see some important documentations that you can visit if you want to learn C Sharp in detail. So the first one is a dotted documentation. For that, you can visit this website, and it will have everything about the .NET, how you can install .NET, and it will also have some tutorials that will help you create simple programs if you are a beginner, and it will also guide you how to run those programs and how to write some code in those programs. After that, if you want to learn about C Sharp in detail, we have this website. And in this particular website, you can learn about the C Sharp language, the syntax that it follows, and it will also have the examples that will help you getting started with C Sharp. Then we have the documentation for .SDKs, the CLI documentation if you are working with SDK and you want to create applications or you want to run your application using CLI. So for that we have this particular website. You can visit it if you are working with CLI. After that we have the Visual Studio documentation. If you are working with the official IDE of C Sharp, or we can say .NET, the Visual Studio, which is really powerful. So for that we have this. It will help you and guide you how you can set up this Visual Studio and what are the features of this particular Visual Studio. Then we have the Visual Studio Code with .NET. Like if you want to work with C Sharp in Visual Studio Code, which is basically code editor. So we have this particular website for that. It will help you run your applications on VS Code. So after that, we will learn about the tools that are required to get started with C Sharp, like the tools that you can use if you want to run your C Sharp programs. So first of all, we have the official Visual Studio, which is actually an IDE, Integrated Development Environment. It's a full-featured IDE that comes up with IntelliSense. We have debugging in that, and we have predefined templates as well that will help you get started with C Sharp. Then we have the Visual Studio Code, which is actually lightweight. It's basically a code editor, or I already told you. So it's cross-platform. You can use it on Windows, you can use it on Mac OS or Linux as well. So for that, you need to add this C Sharp extension from Microsoft. Then you can use the Visual Studio code. And also for that, you also need the .NET SDK. After that, we have the .NET CLI. I already told you if you want to work with the CLI. So for that, we have the .NET CLI, and it comes with the .NET SDK as well. And this is the simple command if you want to run a simple .NET application and create an application. So we have these two commands for that. And we also have some online compilers that you can use if you want to run programs in a simple environment. So we have the .NET Fiddle.NET. We also have Applet. So for now, we are going to create our first application, and we will be creating that application in this .NET Fiddle. So let's do on a hands-on first. We'll create a first application. So let's go to our browser and we will create .NET Fiddle.NET. This is an online compiler where you can write your programs and you can run your programs here only. So this is our basic structure of our program, where first we have the using system. It's basically a namespace. We will not explore it right now. In our next video, we'll explore this. Then we have the class, and inside a class we have the main method. It's actually the entry point of this program where our execution will start. And now we will write console.writeLine, and let's say I will change this message to I am learning with IDE Unix. And now if you want to run this program and you want this message to be displayed to the user, so for that what we can do, we can click this run button here. Now if I click this run button, you can see we have this message, I am learning with IDE Unix. So this way we have created our first simple application in we can say C Sharp. So this is all about programming and what C Sharp is. In our next video, I will show you step by step how to set up Visual Studio, which is the most powerful tool for C Sharp development. And together we will learn new concepts with hands-on labs as well. Till then, take care and goodbye.